بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. So in this assignment, we will use design patterns and generic classes to improve the development of the image application. So you remember that the image application, we started by making a simple class, then we add inheritance, then we made contract first development, and now we're going to introduce even more the generic classes and design patterns. Note that we will use the same classes that we developed in the previous assignment as a starting point. So usually this is our strategy, even in your exams, in your major exam 2 and final exam, we're going always to continue the previous use case. You can find in the attached resource section the NetBeans project containing the code required for this assignment. So you need to download this zip file and then you open it up with NetBeans. So here I have the different classes available. Download and open the project with NetBeans first. So the image factory. First, you need to create an interface called image factory that contains one method, getImage, with 4 parameters, including a string for image type, width, height, name, and the method should return an image object. Okay, so we will use the factory pattern. So here we're going first to create an interface that we call image factory. Okay, and then these are the requirements. It has only one method. And the method is called getImage, public abstract. It's not void, so it returns what? An image object, getImage. Okay, and as you know, we have different types of images. We have RGB image, we have grayscale image. Okay, and image is an interface, so it can return any kind of image using polymorphism. With 4 parameters, including a string for image type. And then we have the width, that is an int. We have an int height. And we have a string that is the name. So this is our image factory. Very simple. Then write the class implementation of this interface, image factory IMPL, which implements the image factory. Okay. So now we will write image factory IMPL. So what is the objective of the factory class?
To create an object.
Yeah, it's to create objects. So IMPL for implementation. And the objective of this class is to create image objects. Then write the class implementation, which implements the interface. So here we will do implements image factory, and we need to import the image factory first, and then we need to override the abstract method getImage factory. So what we will do here, if the image type is gray or RGB, so in this case we need to create a gray image if the image type is gray, and RGB image if the image type is RGB. So what we will do here, if image dot equal ignore case gray. So you should not make equal, okay? Because equality, it means different things here. You need to use equal dot ignore case, and then if image dot equal ignore case gray, in this case, what we will do?
return
new
gray
image IMPL, and then we need to see what is the constructor of gray image IMPL. It takes width, height, and name. Okay, width, height, and the name. Else, if is called RGB, we return what? RGB image IMPL width, height, and name. Else, return
no.
okay. And the image okay, so here it's fine because we will return image, and gray image is already an image, implements the image interface, and this one also implements the image interface. So now we need to do this as a singleton design pattern. Okay, so singleton design pattern, what are the steps?
Make the constructor.
We need to make a private constructor. Private,
Static.
yeah. Now we make an empty constructor that is private. And then private, static, instance, equal, new, okay. And the third step, ممتاز. Public, static, get instance, return instance. So is this early instantiation or lazy instantiation? It's early instantiation, yes. So we can do the other one, but if I don't specify, you can do either way. Is it clear? Okay. So this is a factory and singleton at the same time. Image processor. Now you need to create a generic interface image processor with a generic type I. The generic type I must extend an image. The generic interface image processor has two methods. The first method is IMWrite, and the second method is number of white pixels, which takes a parameter of an image of generic type I. Okay. So let me create image processor interface. Image processor. And what we should do here, we need to create a generic interface. So how to do a generic interface? We need to define the type I, and here it extends image. واضح? Because it says that the type I must extend an image. The generic interface image processor has two methods. So the first method is IMWrite. Public, abstract, it's void, image write, has two parameters, an image object of generic type I and a string. What is the value of a string? File name. Okay, so this one, it will take an image and we'll write it into a file. And the second one is called number of white pixels. Public, abstract, which take void number, int, number of white pixels, takes a parameter I image. Okay?
I think I'm right. Boolean also.
Does it say anything here?
No.
It's like the previous one.
Okay. Now we create image processor IMPL, which implements the generic interface image processor. The class image processor IMPL has the generic type I. Okay, and we need to override the method IMWrite and the method number of pixels. Okay, so here we create a class image processor IMPL. Okay, let me bring you need to create the generic class. So it is generic and implements the generic interface image processor. Implements image processor. Okay, so you must know how to make this one. So look now, yeah, it didn't accept here. What's the problem?
I extend image.
Yeah, we need first of all to make I extend image, because here we are implementing I, and this I here must extend image.
Without I don't need for I.
Huh?
I don't need for I in the second bill. You don't need I.
You need. It's a generic interface.
طب ليش حطينا الاكستنس ايمج حطيناها بالاي الاولى مو بالاي الثانيه؟
So there are two different ways. يا اما because this is the correct way, but something that you can do is doing the following. Okay, but here it says the generic class image processor MPL. So image processor MPL must be generic. So I need to create the generic class and also implement the generic interface.
دكتور الايمج بروسيسور اي اكستنس ايمج ليش ما كتبنا اكستنس ايمج مع الاي؟
Where?
سكند اي
لا لأنه here we are defining the general type and here we are using the general type. So we do extend when you define. Now if you do extend here, does it make sense?
because it's already extend right?
Yeah, error. Okay, so you use extend when you define. So here we define the generic type and here we use the generic type. Okay, so of course now what we have to do, we have to implement all abstract methods. We have two abstract methods. This one and this one. واضح؟ الآن نجربه لو فرضنا if we did the following image here and this one without. So if you make implement abstract methods, it will change I with image. You see?
Because I decide I is mean
Is image, so it will replace it. Okay? So, but here we are required to have a generic interface. Okay? And we want to override the generic methods.
but I it should be image.
Yeah, we made extend. Is it clear?
Because I make I extends image.
Hmm?
Because I make I extends image.
Yeah. Okay, now let's do it. So the method IMWrite should have an image file. If the gray image, then the method IMWrite should save an image to a file in the same format as in the previous quiz and major exam. You can reuse the same method IMWrite and make the necessary changes. Okay, in the same way. So I'm going to take IMWrite of the previous exams. like here. وين سويناه هنا؟ What did we use? I am right.
Assignment 12. Almost all image assignments.
Gray image IMPL.
Assignment 12. Image assignment. About assignment 10.
خذها من structure example assignment 4.
Mhm.
The structure example assignment 4.
Okay. Let me bring the method. Even in polymorphism, I think we did one
Yeah.
here. We have
The previous one.
I think here is just 3.
assignment in the inheritance. Okay, instructor example.
Randomize.
I am right.
بس المشكلة طلبة مختلفة للجرين والار جي بي ايمج الفورمات.
Yeah. This is color. ما سوينا الجراي؟
هي كانت مطلوبة الوحدة بس دكتور.
طبعا حساب نسويها من البداية لأن الفورمات مختلف.
It's not a problem. Okay, let me.
الفورمات تبع الجراي نفس الفورمات.
The problem I couldn't find for the gray image here. I am right. Anyway, okay. So let's make the changes.
No.
So we need to import file writer, and this is file name. Okay, so now we need to make if statement. If image instance of gray image. So we will do this processing. We will change it. Else, if image instance of RGB image, we will do another processing. So let me import. I'm going to take the same thing here. I need to import this one, and then we will do the changes. Image dot. So what we will do now? File writer. We will go through the image dot get height, and then you have only one color here.
Yes.
Color, image, image dot get img dot get color dot So get color here is of type color.
Yes. It's a string. Look at the
So color here we are sure that it is gray color صح ولا؟ So we need to cast
and overwrite.
gray color
So we can
dot get color byte.
get color.
And then we need to write what is a moment. I will explain to you. So we have only one %s that is for color. Or %d here. Color.
Because you change it from color, byte to string.
Mhm.
Because we change it from byte to string.
Yeah, I want just to print this color. What's the error here? Color string. Okay. Okay, so for every pixel, what we will do, we'll extract the color value. What do we have? We have an image. Inside the image, we have an array. صح ولا؟ And then I want to get the color
Array.
from this pixel. So IG is the pixel. So color here is an interface. It will return an interface because a color can be gray color or RGB color. In our case, what do we have? We have gray. So I will cast this whole color to
Gray color.
gray color, and inside the gray color, I will get the int value. That is the color itself. So let me show you the different classes. Okay, this is composition, of course. So where we are now, you have an image, gray color image, صح ولا؟ Gray image. So you have an array of pixels,
Okay.
صح?
Image
So,
get image.
so you will take one pixel, that is gray pixel IMPL. Okay, and here you have the type color.
Then I will get the color.
Okay, but get color here, when you make get color, what does it return?
Color.
This is what? This an interface. So this is the interface color. Does not have any method.
Okay.
Okay, so get color that returns an object of interface color. I need to cast it
To gray.
to gray color. This one. Where is gray color? This one.
Implementation.
Yeah. So gray color. In this case, it will have an interface, a method get color that will return the byte. Okay. So looking back to image processing, this is what we did. We have the image object. Inside the image object, I have the matrix of pixels. I will select one pixel, and from this one pixel, I will get the color that will return an interface color that does not have any method. So I need to cast it to the gray color to be able to use the method the other method get color that will return the int value. So there is a difference between this get color and this get color. This one, it will return an interface,
Where is it?
no method, okay? And this one will return you the int value that you would like to save into the file.
First method get color. وين سوينا على implementation?
Hmm?
Get color الأولى. وين سوينا على implementation?
Get color is not a class. Get color, this is the method.
وين
Yes.
سوينا على implementation في البكسل؟
In the pixel, yes. Okay. When you go to the pixel here, you have get color, return a color. And this color here, it's a gray color itself. Okay.
احنا اول شيء اخذنا الايمج بعدين array of pixels بعدين اخذنا pixel get color بعدين
Yes.
ففي مشكله
نعم.
مو الباك سلاش ان المفروض تكون بعد الفور لوب الاولى عشان تكون يعني
No, after the second for loop, because we will write a complete line. We need to write a line. Look, you write all of this, and then when you finish the first the first for loop, you go to the next line.
ايه يعني المفروض تكون we move to the next line after the first for loop. لأن الفور لوب الأولى تكون لللاين والفور لوب الثانية.
You want to make it here?
No. After the first for loop.
It's after the first for loop. So after the first for loop, but we finish this one.
يعني قبل هذا.
It's the same thing.
لا ما صار كذا بتكون كل color بيكون line لحاله.
لا. It will write several times the color without any /n. Write the color. Is there any /n here? Is there any /n?
No.
No. So it will write the color, then the other color, separated by a space. When it finishes a complete line, it will go to the next line.
يعني نفس الشيء حطيتها هنا فوق اللي تحت.
If we put it on the top, you will have an extra empty line.
Okay.
Each color will be.
Yeah, you will have an extra empty line. You can try it. Okay, now for the second method. ايش بيك بدري اليوم؟ Okay, so for the second method, we have the same thing. Okay, and now we need to read the red and the green and the blue values. How to get them? So same thing. Image dot get img. So here I don't have get red.
Get color.
So I need to make get. Look, get color returns an interface color. So what I need to do here? I need to cast this one to RGB color. Okay, RGB color, and then put the parentheses here, and then dot get.
Delete one down.
لا لازم نزيد واحدة أخرى. dot import RGB color. Yes. Dot get red. Okay, so of course now I will do the same for the others. مين راحت الجي؟ So here I will have get blue, and here I will have byte j.
لا بدون equal.
I will remove get green, and then I will write the three values as it is. Okay, so you need just to make the changes for the assignments. That's the whole thing. Yes.
ما ترتيب مهم عند الجرين بلو. مو ترتيب مهم إنه يكون ريد جرين بلو.
Yes.
بس أنت حاط له شيء ريد بلو جرين. هل في فرق بينهم؟
red.
لازم يكون بالترتيب.
مش مشكل الترتيب في السترينج دوت فورمات. red, green, blue. Here it is just the declaration of variables. Okay, so the last question, or maybe before the last, is the number of white pixels. We would like to find the number of white pixels. So the white pixels in gray image, the value is equal to 255. And in the gray image, the red, blue, and green are all equal to 255. This is what we are going to do. So what we will do here? We will do an instance of, why here we have image? In principle, in
Because we make I extends image.
I see. What does it make? Maybe because we did this. could be. Okay. So what we will do, if image gray image. So usually it's always good to start by writing all your instance of statements, else if image instance of RGB image.
Instance of two instances.
Okay.
So what we will do here, we'll make for loop for every pixel p in image dot get img. Yes, if what?
ما نقدر نسوي فور ايتش لوب لل
What's the problem هذا؟
مش الاري بتاعه
One moment.
تو دايمنشن اري
Can use the for loop.
Add import. بهذه import. What's the problem here?
فور ايتش فور اللوب هذا نقدر نستخدمها للدايمنشن اري
This is two dimensional.
تو دايمنشن
No, this is two dimensional array. Yes.
Can use the same.
No, you have to make for.
get high get width
Okay. For int I equal 0. I smaller than image dot get height. I plus plus. For int g equal to 0. J smaller than image dot get width g plus plus. So what we will do here, we will take the pixel p equal image dot get img I g. So now we will check the value of the pixel, the color. Okay, so let's extract the int color c equal p dot, we need to cast what?
just to color
Gray color dot get color if c equal 255. Yes,
استكتار اي بايت ممكن تسبب لنا مشكله.
لازم نعملوا counter
Present count.
int counter equal 0 counter plus plus. Okay, at the end we will return counter. Okay, واضحة هذه ولا؟
اذا كان 255 على البيكسل وايت
Yes,
بس في ما استخدمنا.
P هنا. Okay, we will do the same thing now here. But
الايمج از بيكسل دكتور صح؟
array of pixels the image. Array of pixels. So here we will do the same thing, and now we will extract what? We will extract the three values, red. Okay, so we will change this to RGB, and this one get red. Okay. So let me now find blue and green. This is blue, this is green. If if what? R equal to 255 and B equal to 255 and J equal to 255. What's the problem?
دبل ايكوال جي
ليش اللون اللي اختارها 255
لو تبحث في الايمج بروسيسنج تجد انه 255 it represents the white value always.
حق الكاميرا.
أي معروفة هي. 0 is dark, 255 is white, because colors are encoded on 8 bits, and 2 power 8 is 256. So you have 256 values. The lowest value is 0, and the highest value is 255. Okay. Is it clear? Okay. So that's all. But I think if you are going to run this,
الجي دكتور 250
255. Okay. I guess if you use byte, you might not have the correct values of counters, because byte, it goes from -27 to 127. That's why, if you remember, I told you one time to replace everything byte to int. But if you replace everything byte to int, you will find the correct answer.
هنا مستحيل يعطينا عدد الكاونتر، يعني ما في شيء بيكون 5
Yeah, but just change these values to ints. Anything byte, change it to int. This one, change them everything to int. It will work fine. Okay. Why is showing some error here that I couldn't find?
Before.
Okay, return false. There is nothing to finish in image test.
Chapter example field comment.
Okay. But we need to change everything to int to be able to work. Okay, we'll stop now. Tomorrow maybe we'll finish. Yes.